Hi, we're Team 8, and today we'll be talking about virtual reality and augmented reality in construction. Today is April 7th, 2019. My name is Daniel Espinoza. I am studying civil engineering, and today I'll be talking about the origins and the modern uses of virtual reality and augmented reality.
Alright, go ahead.
Hi, I'm James Hahn. I'm in civil engineering, and I will be talking about the uses of AR and VR in construction.
Hi, my name is Jacob Baer. I am in civil engineering and I'm here to talk about VR and AR in construction. Mess that up.
To start the presentation, we're going to talk about the origins and the modern uses of virtual reality and augmented reality, and then we're going to talk about comparing and contrasting the two, and then move into talking about them in construction, how we show the customer and collaboration, and we're going to end with asking, is this viable, talking about some of the pros and cons, and closing off with final remarks. Virtual reality began in 1957 and was created by a cinematographer, Morton Heilig. He wanted to create an entertainment experience that involved all the senses. It wasn't computer controlled, but it was still a way of enhancing the reality that we know. In 1975, Myron Kruger made the first marketable VR machine named VideoPlace, where users could interact with the virtual objects in real time. This is more similar to what we know today as VR. Now, the first fully functioning VR system was created in USAF's Armstrong's Research Lab by Louis Rosenberg in 1922. Since augmented reality was birthed from virtual reality, the origins of AR followed the same path until 1990 when Boeing researcher Tom Caudell coined the term augmented reality. 1994 saw one of the first uses of AR in a theater performance called Dancing in Cyberspace, where there was a dance created virtually through actual movements that people did. So now on to the modern uses of virtual reality. They are used in sensors and input devices such as GPS, RFIDs, and wireless sensors, as well as general hardware components such as processors, displays, sensors, and input devices. It's also being expanded to industrial sectors like the military, education, and construction. And in the military, it's used to simulate scenarios where they need to practice, and it's now being popularized by gaming systems such as the Oculus Rift. Augmented reality has been much more popularized in the entertainment industry in things such as iPhone games, art exhibits, and social media, and it's even used in sports games, such as showing the first down marks in football games. Volkswagen also used augmented reality in their car manuals so that users could easily see a 3D diagram of what they're seeing in the manual, and so they can find it in their car much easier. Uses in construction also are done to view floor plans and building plans and project outlines. So comparing and contrasting virtual reality and augmented reality, both of them use technology to alter our own reality space, and they both have the same origins up until 1990, and they're both used in entertainment and professional industries. Now the difference is that augmented reality is a combination of reality and virtual image, while virtual reality is a completely immersive experience into a virtual space. Augmented reality is also more commercial than virtual reality since it is cheaper, and for augmented reality, all you need is your smartphone or something of the sorts, while for virtual reality, you need to buy an add-on to completely immerse yourself.
One of the first uses of both AR and VR in construction would be involving the customer in the process. Usually when trying to help visualize the project for the client to understand, models were made to imitate the final product but scaled down. These models captured the general essence of the project, but lacked the detail needed for complete immersion. In addition, the models were difficult to make and required time and resources for what was essentially a visual aid. With 3D modeling software along with VR and AR, modeling became streamlined and simple. The product could be scaled as needed, and details could be added to emulate the interior of the buildings, in addition to allowing the exterior to complete as well. In addition to the increased accuracy, technology has allowed these models to be easily shared with other collaborators. Lastly, certain areas could be color-coded or labeled to display its utilities. This would make it easier to find and distinguish them among the rest of the project. The benefits allow the customer to understand more aspects of the project while being easier to digest than technical drawings and plans. Another use for AR and VR in construction would be ease of collaboration. In some cases, projects might have different companies working together. However, this can lead to difficulties in communication due to the collaborators being in different locations, such as on the other side of the world. On the smaller scale, difficulties in collaboration may result from the project site being in a remote location. Also, customers or investors may not be able to place their input and can be skeptical on the progress of the work. Using AR and VR, however, these problems can be circumvented. By modeling the structure at the site, the collaborators can visualize the project in a digital space without the need to meet physically. In addition, the structure can be updated in real time so that both customers and companies who have access can watch the process unfold. Both the customers and collaborators can input their opinion immediately to affect the final product. This leads to transparency so that the investors can see the progress of the project and trust in the collaborators can be cemented.
VR is helpful for clients and owners to be able to tell what a construction project will look like beforehand, whereas AR is helpful for construction workers to be able to tell where certain structural elements are supposed to go while on site. The cons with using VR in the current construction industry is that it's still too expensive to use for anything other than the most expensive construction projects. And AR is even worse because it's too expensive to use even for those types of projects. Perhaps as more advances are made, then it won't be as expensive, but as it stands, it still is too expensive. And also, with the implementation of new technology, you'll need to train the workers to use it, which also costs more time and money, which many employers are not willing to go through.
This is a viable market that has future and potential and will change the way that construction projects will be conducted. The virtual reality and augmented reality landscape is relatively new, so there will be problems that arise, but hopefully the pros outweigh the cons and virtual reality and augmented reality will stay in the construction industry for a long time.